Welcome to The Divide with Mike and Corey, two diehard baseball fans who don't agree on anything. Which side will you choose? This
Welcome to The
is
Divide.
The Divide
with Mike and Corey.
That's your boy Todd Frazier.
Hey guys, I'm Julie Stewart-Banks.
Hey, what's up? This is Cliff Floyd. You can catch me on The Divide.
You can catch me on The Divide on Fox Sports The Gambler.
Hopefully our disagreements one day bring us all together.
So stupid. So corny. And so stupid. I hope our disagreements bring us together.
Yeah, I do. This is The Divide.
And welcome everybody to The Divide live on Fox Sports The Gambler 1025. What?
I don't know where to put my hand.
Camera situation is a little different. If you're listening on the radio, that doesn't matter. But if you're tuning into YouTube live, we had to get rid of the one camera just for today. We'll go back to separate ones. But we're kicking it old school.
Yeah, part of us went to Vegas.
Part of us, yes.
Yeah, our camera.
Our camera went to Vegas with a couple of other guys, but that's all right. We'll hold down the fort in the meantime.
To Jansen and Brace living it up in Vegas.
I know. That's all right.
Brace
We'll
is like,
take
I'm going to
Philly.
make a man out of you, Jansen.
There's nothing better than a nice August day in Philly. I'll take August in Philly over August in Vegas. That's a lie. I won't do
Yeah,
that.
I said no one
No,
ever.
thank you. We love
yeah.
you, Philly, but nah, Vegas is better. Anyway, 1025 Philly, 1041 Trenton. It's been a while.
It's been a very long
Actually,
while.
we've only 2 weeks. We took a 2-week hiatus.
First time ever.
But
since we
August
started.
yes. But August just went by like
No, it's crazy.
that. And
Well,
now this is actually our last show in August, just because next week ends up the first.
Being
so
September.
It's September.
The funny part was it wasn't that we wanted or planned to take vacation. We just told ourselves the next time the Yankees win, we'll go live.
You
And then they
you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait for that. You
And
couldn't
they
wait.
never won. They won.
Dude, I don't even
Wednesday, I
want
wanna
to
say.
talk baseball. Like, how do you drop 2 out of 3 to the Nats?
No.
Like, then this was supposed to be like, there's a certain betting company that doesn't sponsor us, so I won't name them, but they do
Did
Dinger
they
Tuesdays.
used to?
They do.
Did
Yes, they used to. They used to.
And then we had to say goodbye
Right.
because we joined this
The
beautiful
other, right.
station.
But they do Dinger Tuesdays. So every
Right.
now and then I get drawn in, which is if you just place a straight bet on Tuesdays on people to hit a home run. If it doesn't,
Mhm.
yada, yada, yada. So I was like, oh man, Yankees are playing the Nats, Dinger Tuesday. I'm going to make a ton of money. And it was a 2-1 ball game, I think, with one home run. It
Oh
was
my God.
awful.
That's not fun.
That was Tuesday. And then the Judge had a hat trick on Wednesday. And then yesterday is just top of the ninth
Yeah.
fiasco.
Judge was tired of losing for sure. You know?
It wasn't on Thursday. You hit one out on Thursday. And that's how you know. And the team isn't just Aaron Judge. More people have to kind of chip in here. I know Rizzo's out with a concussion that should have been diagnosed 3 months ago,
Fair.
2 months ago, but it's
Crazy.
from pitching to bats, it's just not good. And I cannot wait for the Yankees just to not make the playoffs.
Yeah. It's inevitable now to the point where, like, you need a miracle.
In the AL, there's no way they're catching a wild card.
Yeah, it's nuts. dude.
No way. They're 10 games back. No. Yeah. 10 games back from a wild card spot.
I mean, we said this like a year ago. We got signed to this network because both teams were in first place. Now, both teams are pretty much in last. I mean, there's been points in August where they both were in last place. It's just it's so strange between the Padres, the Yankees, and the Mets. The amount that's billions of dollars right now there in salary.
Though,
And
but
they all are terrible.
it's not impossible. It's improbable, but it's not impossible for a miracle. I feel like the wild card race is a little bit tighter in the NL than it is in the AL.
Yeah, I keep watching it. I mean, for sure.
And it's, just looking at it, it's,
Mhm.
Philly, you guys you're holding strong.
Yeah, it's Philly's having fun again. I think the magic is back.
Well, they can't have too much fun. They still,
Right.
there's
They got to fight for it. Yeah,
6
they're the
weeks of
Fighting
regular
Phils.
season.
I don't know if you
left,
know
right?
that.
The Fighting Phils.
That's them. They're the Fighting Phils.
Do they spell it with a PH? Or they're
Probably.
Fighting Phils?
Fighting Phils. Yeah.
I'm just happy one of the 3 teams that we watch regularly are gonna see some postseason
I guess
action.
like we got something to cover. Maybe we could go to like a casino and watch some of these playoff games.
I would love to go to a casino and
Yeah,
put some money.
do
You
it.
know what
We'll
I would
work
love
on
to go
that.
to a casino and put money on?
What?
Anything that ESPN the Ocho plays.
It was so much fun. It's been so much fun to watch that.
You sent me the slippery stairs.
Yeah,
Amazing.
dude, it's nuts. And the way they fly down it afterwards.
Absolutely amazing. I'm
Ah.
surprised it's not more like I saw the one guy grab, like everybody seems to be just like having a good time and like just try. Basically, if you guys have never seen this, just Google slippery stairs on the Ocho. And it's exactly how it sounds. It is basically a set of stairs with like a tarp over it with
Right.
a ton of, they call it slime. Normal people would call it lubricant.
Yeah.
Whatever you use that lubricant for is up to you.
Exactly.
But they are dressed in like these full color spandex outfits and they are trying to get up. And it's probably about 30-40 feet in the like these stairs in the air, so it's not
Yeah, it's a
not
tough,
a cakewalk.
It's not. It's a tough climb.
Although the girls do make it seem a lot easier than the
Yeah.
guys, but they don't grab each other like or really. They're just trying to get up the stairs when
Yeah.
it should be. Oh wait, hold on. This that I'm watching right now, they're starting to push a little bit, but it's amazing. And the only thing I could think of when I keep watching this is how fun this would be to gamble on
yes,
at a bar.
yes,
it's-
with Bills.
It would be better
Yeah,
than the World
exact-
Cup.
I
It would,
agree.
because the best bar experience I've ever had has been watching USA in the World
Of
Cup.
course, yeah.
And then you throw the Olympics certain here and there. Like I remember when we were newly 21, that's when Michael Phelps just went crazy for those 2 Olympics in a row. So
Yeah.
that's the only time everybody was screaming and cheering for swimming.
Yeah.
But
I remember we were even at like a poker night and we were cheering them on. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, that's the probably, other than the 4th of July, that's the most patriotic time here in America is when the Olympics roll around.
Fair, like
When
where we all
summer
care about
or winter,
rowing
where all of a
and,
sudden
like,
we're like, the
yeah.
luge is on. All right, let's try this. Even though the luge, I think, is like a European sport.
I mean, she missed a triple axel. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's so
what?
dumb.
Yeah, it is
We
weird.
care about ice dancing and all this other stuff just because
Yeah.
someone from our country is competing. Anyway, but yeah, slippery stairs, you guys, definitely.
Should be in the Olympics. That should be in the Olympics.
I
for
think they
sure.
need to revamp the Olympics.
Yo, also, speaking of the Ocho, the Savannah Bananas games that they actually showed, on so much fun. It was so much fun to watch. Hard to get into those games. They were just locally in Trenton and stuff like that.
They were
and it was
expensive too.
very expensive. And just to see the game, it was really cool. It's just silly. Can't believe it took this long between the Harlem Globetrotters and then baseball to realize they should have something like this. But I'm here for it. I'm so glad it's here. And so it's just, the Ocho is filled with surprises. It's great. ESPN like embraced that from dodgeball and the movie, and it's been flawless. So I enjoy the Ocho.
I want to know what like the program director at the Ocho has got to be just the guy that just doesn't like to say no.
Yeah.
Just like pitch it to me. Like, all right, we're going to get a whole bunch of slime
Yeah.
or lubricant.
Right.
And we're going to have people try to climb up these stairs and fall down.
Right.
Okay. All right. You know what I mean? Like, I'm surprised the Savannah, but I mean, dude, they're making money.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
No.
A lot of notoriety as well. And it is. It's fun. It's good for the sport. And the Little League World Series just had that basically exhibition game.
Yeah.
So where you saw stuff like fancy bats and all that other stuff. But do you think professional sports would ever go for? And I'm going to say professional sports because you see it in basketball and you see in football. If they wear different cleats that aren't NFL regulation or shoes that weren't approved by the NBA and all stuff, these players get fined and thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous because it's almost like you can argue the freedom of expression, but when you're playing under contract, you don't get certain freedoms like that. But it's
right.
Like, who is it hurting?
Well,
you know what I mean?
There's like Nike's paying big money to make sure their apparel's put on.
I get it.
Right.
And
so they don't want anybody outshine anything. So chances are if you were wearing gold shoes or whatever or something like that, you would probably be promoting another brand other than Nike.
Fair enough.
So yeah, there's a little bit of that. Like there's big money in that. But dude, the expression, yeah, I hope to God we don't go backwards on that, right? I mean, it's funny, a Yankee fan asking if we're going to be less traditionalist, as far as no, I'm
Yeah.
dead serious. You would be the last team that would let Aaron Judge hold a bat that looks like a crayon. You know what I mean?
I mean,
In that aspect, you would let it, but you're not letting that happen in the Bronx. Like he's not showing up with skins on his bat like it's Fortnite.
well, yeah, you can't have long hair. Even the Bat Boy can't have long hair and a beard. They're
He
not
got
going to let
aired
any of
out.
that go. But I don't. That's the part of the Yankees I don't really like. It's a dumb. It was a very Steinbrenner, like you got to be
Yeah.
clean shaven, and it's a tradition they want to just carry on because it's the New York Yankees. This is, but aren't we a little outgrown for that? I mean, it's 2023. If the guy wants to have more than a mustache, who cares? Like I care about winning ball games right now. You guys all have clean haircuts and you're clean shaven,
Yeah.
and you're not winning games. So, what are we doing? What are we even thinking about?
Right,
That's what makes
right.
money.
Maybe grow some hair on that
Like
face
seriously,
or something.
that's
Like
what
just,
you know what I mean. Like the fans don't care.
yeah, when we always have a cliche, like or like in sales, like whenever it's not working, just do the opposite. Figure something out. Go back to your roots or whatever you got to do to get out of that funk. But yeah, like for sure, like the Yankees, like they have a little fun. You know who's having fun? The Giants. I don't know if you saw this on Foul Territory. JD Davis like gave us a glimpse into their clubhouse. Ladies and gentlemen, they got lasers, DJ equipment. They are going nuts at post game every single game. And for Met fans, JD Davis let you know how he actually felt about being a New York Met. He was on the Astros, got traded to the Mets, had a few years there. He was also there with his fellow teammate right now, Michael Conforto, and a few others. But he said it was a complete 180 after leaving the Mets and joining the Giants. It was every day they had a different boss in Queens, a new owner, new GMs. Every day analytics were being shoved around way too much. He said there was no identity. And then he comes to San Francisco. They're focused on winning and having fun. And it shows.
Well, I mean, there's I agree. And take it all with a grain of salt. You got a guy that's no longer in a clubhouse that he didn't enjoy being in, and
Fair.
I don't
got traded away, so it's like your girl dumped you.
And I don't understand the like every day there's a different boss. Like
there was though. He went through 2 owners and like 4 GMs and 3 managers. So Buck, Beltran, who never even played a game, and then he had Cora. So like it just for what he's saying isn't false. It's just funny that
how long was his tenure with the Mets again?
His tenure was like 3 years at least, maybe 3.5.
And isn't this Cohen's 3rd year owning the team?
No, yeah. So he joined. Well, you got to remember, like, so Cohen took over the team. But no, Brody was the one that brought in JD Davis.
That's
so
right.
it was a year and a half before.
Right.
So yeah, so this would be his 3rd season, but JD's been gone since mid last season. So JD got traded, ironically, for Aaron Ruff, who then we DFA'd, who then the Giants picked up. So JD got traded for nobody. Pretty much. He was given to the Giants. And Conforto hurt himself at a bachelor party, didn't get signed for an entire year because he was injured, and now is playing for the Giants. So yeah, they're all pretty salty against the Mets. So that's a fair assessment. But my question to you is, or my feelings, like the Mets currently are like a prime example of a company that doesn't know the talent they have, or a company that doesn't appreciate the talent they have. Because I'm going to run through this real quick. Walker, Taijuan Walker is now a Philly. Wheeler is a Philly. They're flourishing for the Phillies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you got the Giants, who are also in a playoff spot. They have Conforto.
Not yet.
But they're close.
They're close.
I'd rather be a Giant fan right now.
I think they're a
than
game
New York
out of a wild
fan.
card spot. But
Yeah.
you're right. It's not. I mean, it's pressure, but they can still have fun. They're not biting at their nails. They're just they're in it. There's a lot different playing and having the pressure of being neck and neck with someone than having the pressure of tearing off the calendar. All right, we have 15 games less. We have to win this many of this many to make, you know what I mean? That type of pressure is no good for a ballpark. But when it's all right, one game at a time, that's a lot different.
It's great. Yeah.
I think the Mets are suffering from an identity crisis, dude.
Fair.
And what do I know, dude? I'm a guy that talks smack on the radio, but something has to be different. You got to me, they tried to play Yankee baseball this year. They tried to bring the big names in.
That's fair.
And as a Yankee fan, I can tell you, listen, the dynasty years for the Yankees, or at least the dynasty years that I have been alive for, they weren't the big spending years. Those were guys that came up and they were drafted, and we just happened to catch lightning in a bottle with.
And you also got lightning in the bottle with guys that were on I don't even want to say back nine. They were on the last shot of.
They were cheap deals that we were like,
Strawberry,
okay, if they work, they work.
Darryl,
right?
Gooden was a year before. He won a championship with you guys, right? Yeah, he's got one.
Year before.
Maybe? I don't know. We should.
But
know that.
I mean, even talking about like bringing guys like Swisher and Teixeira over, like even talking about the 2000 era here, it doesn't work most of the time.
Fair.
And I feel like, and I could be dead wrong because I don't know what's in Steve Cohen's head, but I feel like he looked over to the other borough and saw the 27 championships and was like, okay, this is the recipe. This is what I have to do. And then he just picked up these big names, these veterans, paid them some money, and it didn't work.
Also, I think that the other ownership, the Wilpons, left in such a disarray that he had to flex a little bit. And winning 100 games the year before is an accomplishment, considering how bad the farm system was, how bad the team was, and to piece that together is impressive. I think the problem is that, there's no farm system, so you don't have the Volpes or anybody like that coming through. And then the other issue is, lack of knowledge. There's no president of baseball. Billy Epler's trying to do the best thing he could do, but honestly, he's an assistant GM at best at most ball clubs that have this type of money.
I think what needs to happen is,
you're struggling with that mic.
I know. I just keep playing with it and moving it. I think what needs to happen is the Mets need to find out what makes Queens a good place to play ball. Think about, and I think about this all the time. And as a Philly sports fan hater, think about when Bryce signed with Philly. He was the hottest free agent at the time.
Nobody remembers him outside of Philadelphia anymore. It's like,
what's insane was, what did Philly have to, other than money? What was the draw to Philly? And it's something we didn't see because we're not on the inside. When he picked Philly, and it's not just because, that's your divisional rival, or we just like talking trash on Philly sports. We were legit like, why is he wasting his time with they offered nothing.
No,
like you couldn't see. No one could look at that lineup and see, oh my God.
Well,
of course he wants to go there. Like we were almost left scratching our heads. Like
he wasn't joining a juggernaut at the time. If anything, they were in a rebuild because Howard's gone.
They absolutely were.
Yeah, exactly. Utley is on other teams now. They're rooting for them.
And that might have been a part of his motivation. He might have said, and he might have been able to see what their moves were going to be for him to go, oh, okay, this could work in a year or two.
No, man, he's carried that team on his back.
And he makes guys want to go play in Philly. Philly has been quietly moving chess pieces. And with the slow start they had last year, everybody loved laughing at him, including us.
Yeah, Joe
including us. We love laughing at him. And then all of a sudden, it's just like checkmate. No. It fits now.
It does.
And now everybody in this area and across baseball is going, how do I replicate that? And not realizing this isn't an overnight thing. And I think that's what the Mets need. The Mets need something it's not going to be an off-season fix of throwing your checkbook at someone. It's going to take a few years, which is also what they said. What did they say? Look for 2025.
So, it's like the Detox album, Dr. Dre. Watch out for Detox. The Mets are coming back in 2 years. Look, also to talk about Philly really quick, the fact that, man, they pieced this all together, but the fan base has, ever since the Alec Boehm situation where he said he effing hates this place, the fans have understood their team and the team has understood the fans. And they like this whole Trey Turner thing. The Philly captain came up with this idea where hey, we could be like all these other teams and boo him when he comes out, or we could give him a standing ovation and see if we could get our guy out of this slump because he has the talent. He just needs our support. And by God, has he delivered since then. So shout out to the Philly captain. There was a ton of people, even in our nucleus, that were like, no, that's a dumb idea. He needs to be booed. They didn't boo him. They cheered him. The fan base had fun with it. The teammates had fun with it.
Isn't it
And
crazy?
now they're winning.
Isn't it crazy? Like, who would have thought 20,000 people
Philly
not
captain.
booing you would be
Yeah.
great for even he's a
Yeah.
professional athlete. I
Yeah.
know it's not supposed to bother him, and they're going to
Yeah.
tell you, like, I don't listen to the fans, but of course, you carry that confidence up at bat.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
He was
Philly
like, Trey,
captain.
you're a bad driver. I'm just kidding.
It's okay. You'll get the next one. You'll get the next one. All right, guys, we got to take a quick break. Coming up, you're going to hear from Give Us a Shot's own Ty. Ty is going to break a world. I'm not even going to say he's going to try. He's going to break a world record next week. You're going to hear what that is all about. Also, oh no, Ohtani. We're going to talk about that little upset real
Oh,
quick.
no.
Stay with us, Philly. We will be right back. This is Divide Live on Fox Sports.